San Pedro Bay is an inlet on the Pacific Ocean coast of Southern California, United States. It is the site of the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach, which together form the fifth-busiest port facility in the world and the busiest in the Americas. The community of San Pedro, Los Angeles forms the western side of the bay, and shares the name seabed. Most of the bay is between 32 and 75 feet deep. The seabed near Long Beach has experienced considerable subsidence as a result of oil extraction in the Wilmington field from the 1950s onward. Ironically, this helped the Port of Long Beach surpass the Port of Los Angeles as the leading port in the United States for a time in the 1980s and 1990s. Since the deeper seafloor meant that Long Beach could accommodate ships with deeper drafts than could Los Angeles, dredging operations related to the construction of a gigantic new marine terminal at the Port of Los Angeles have since made both sides of the bay accessible to even the largest existing container ships. Concerns regarding subsidence increased until Operation Big Squirt, a water injection program, halted any progression of sinking land in 1960. Islands. Natural islands in San Pedro Bay include Terminal Island, the site of much of Los Angeles and Long Beach's port facilities, and Mormon Island, the site of an abortive settlement attempt by San Bernardino-based Mormon pioneers in the 1850s. Land reclamation operations by Los Angeles have considerably enlarged Terminal Island, as well as linking Mormon Island to the mainland. Deadman's Island sat at a landmark at the foot of the bay, but was removed in 1928 as part of the effort to enlarge the harbor. 4 small artificial islands containing oil wells are scattered around the bay near Long Beach. The oil drilling equipment itself is masked by tropical landscaping, architectural features and fake high-rise buildings in an attempt to improve their appearance from shore. These islands, named Oil Islands Freeman, Grissom, White, and Chaffee, are named for Theodore Freeman, the first United States NASA astronaut to die during flight, and for Virgil I. Grissom, Ed White, and Roger B. Chaffee, who were killed by a fire during the Apollo 1 mission. Free harbor fight. As Los Angeles developed as an economic and trading hub, the need for a deep harbor became apparent. In the late 1890s, the Southern Pacific Railroad started purchasing large parcels of land in Santa Monica near its terminus, and the Huntington family advocated for a Santa Monica harbor, which would have monopolized Southern Pacific freight. In opposition, the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce and a newly formed Harbor League advocated for a harbor to be built in San Pedro, where the Southern Pacific would have competition with Phineas Banning's Los Angeles and Harbor Railroad. The resulting free harbor fight in 1906 annexation of the harbor gateway ensured San Pedro would serve as the main port of Los Angeles. It also explains the considerable distance between the harbor and the city's main rail yards, a situation not addressed until the construction of the Alameda Corridor, nearly a century later. Breakwater, an 8.5-mile-long breakwater stretches across most of the bay, with 2 openings to allow ships to enter the port areas behind it. The initial western section of the breakwater, called the San Pedro Breakwater, was constructed between 1899 and 1911 at San Pedro. The middle breakwater was completed over the next 25 years, and the Long Beach breakwater was finished after World War II. The breakwater provided the harbor considerable protection in the 1939 Long Beach hurricane. Restoration. The Long Beach breakwater is the target of controversy within the harbor towns and Greater Los Angeles conservationists community, with various environmental groups, including the Long Beach chapter of the Surfrider Foundation, proposing modifying or removing the breakwater to promote better water water flows and a more natural coastal environment at the mouth of the Los Angeles River. This restoration ecology-based removal is opposed by waterfront property owners and shippers, who consider that the breakwater provides needed protection from storm damage. A short documentary addressing the issues surrounding the reconfiguration of the Long Beach breakwater is available.